Hey there, Squirrel Army, how's it going? For today, I want to talk about a new card from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Get Lost, and how good it is.
You can join the Squirrel Army by subscribing.
Alrighty, so we're talking about Get Lost. No, not you, don't get lost, keep watching this video. But yes, it's a 2-mana instant, 1 and a white. You destroy a target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Probably the least relevant of the types, but still okay. That's fine. Its controller creates 2 map tokens, and you can pay 1, sacrifice it, and explore, which is you reveal the top card. If it's a land, you can put it to your hand, and if not, you can put it back, or you can put it into your graveyard. So, 2 map tokens, so you can get 2 explorers, and oh yeah, with explore you also get a +1/+1 counter on a creature, or a creature has to explore, I believe. So if it's not a land, so yeah. Like this is pretty good. Like we were talking about like how good Destroy Evil was. This is an upgraded Destroy Evil. So that's pretty good. Like, you know, like I was already thinking Destroy Evil's pretty darn good, even though you couldn't only destroy creatures with power, 4 or greater, or was it CMC 4 or greater, or something like that? I can't really remember. Something like that. Something 4 or greater. Always with white, something 4 or greater. But still, like, yeah, like, even though I said, like, Planeswalker is probably the least relevant type, it's, like, still, like, that's pretty good. Like, I think, haven't really talked about it before, I think, on this channel that much, but, the 2-mana destroy a creature or Planeswalker from Midnight Hunt, Fateful Absence that that does a similar thing like that and gives them I believe it's a clue that they get, which is 2 mana to sack it and draw a card. Like, I'm not 1,000% sure. Like, obviously this isn't as good as Swords to Plowshares or whatever, but still, like, it's pretty darn decent. It is a rare, so, you know, there is that. And so you're not going to just, like, find it in the common slot or the uncommon slot. I almost feel like it is, like, the power of an uncommon. I feel like if I was printing a rare, it wouldn't have such a big restriction or downside. But I guess, like, that's the way, like, they keep saying they want to depower standard, even though, like, no one plays paper standard or whatever. But still, like, I don't know, like, this is one of those problems where I keep hearing this thing about in the back of my head with people who say play more removal. Well, the problem isn't that we don't play removal or whatever. The problem is that they don't print enough really good removal. They tend to print a lot of cards that are good threats. Their idea of a fun and interesting card to print is a threatening card, but they don't print nearly enough things to answer the, threatening things that they print. So this is welcome, certainly. I'm certainly going to add it to my decks, though I'm not 1,000% what I'm going to cut. But maybe I'll cut Angelic Ascension because, like, exiling something is pretty darn decent, but it's not the be-all and end-all of everything, so that might be okay. Like, I could replace Destroy Evil, but I really like Destroy Evil because Destroy Evil can hit enchantments still, so that's pretty relevant. Sometimes, yes, it can only hit things that are 4 or greater or whatever it is. So there is that, but, like, the Angelic Ascension does give them a 4/4 flyer, which, like I've said, isn't the worst thing to give them in a lot of ways, but it isn't the best thing to give them, but you are exiling one of their cards, so, like, there is a bit of a trade-off there, but, like, Contraband Livestock is one of the better ones that I think is a 2 mana because it exiles their thing, and the worst thing that they can get is a 4/4 Ox, which is just on the ground, and the best thing for them to get is like an 0-1 goat or something, and the other one's like a 2-2 pig or something, I think. So yeah, like this is certainly really, really good, and I really, really want to add it to decks, certainly. And I definitely would say to people, if you want to have good removal spells like this, you've got to think about adding it to your deck, certainly. And I certainly will be, as I sort of said. But, like, it's not the problem of this card's that good. It's like, what is it competing with? Because it's competing with, like, again, Angelic Ascension and Destroy Evil in my deck. So I'm just like, what am I going to replace? Like, so am I going to get rid of the thing that actually exiles things? Because exiling things is really good, but then again, it leaves them with a 4/4 Angel. Or am I going to go with the strict upgrade over Destroy Evil? Because this is Destroy Evil, but better. So, you know, there is that. So, and Destroy Evil is sort of somewhat restrictive, though it doesn't give them anything else. And this, though it has some restrictions here and there, you know, like, or some drawbacks, more or less, I guess, like, letting people explore and they can only effectively draw lands and put maybe 2 counters on their creatures at best, like, to buff their stuff, and they might not have hardly anything else. Like, again, I tend to use removal in the way of, if this is going to kill me, or if this is going to win the game, or if it's just going to, like, effectively shut the game out for me, or whatever, that sort of thing. Those are the things that I do tend to remove. I don't tend to remove things just because they are there and they exist. I try to remove things that are game warping or game threatening or game ending, or at least my life ending, because I want to stay in the game as much as possible. So yeah, like, that's the way I do it. But again, I know some people don't do it that way. And then like 10 minutes later, they go, shit, now I need removal for this or whatever. So that's why you should save your removal for the things that matter, not for the things that, oh, I'm just playing a random mana dork, I'll kill it. No, don't kill that stupid random mana dork. It does not matter that they have that random mana dork. Literally does not matter. Wait for them to play something that is going to warp the game or win the game for them, or literally is about to kill you. So, because again, you can use them in saying, again, hey, you've got 2 other opponents here besides me. You could try to kill one of them and not me, because I'm not really the threat. And if you attack me, I will just kill it. So, you know, not trying to threaten them or not trying to, like, bully them or whatever. Just saying, hey, look, I'm not the biggest threat, and if you attack me, I will just kill it. So, you know, like, you're not trying to give away that information, but you're just trying to say, hey, look, I'll just get rid of it if you attack me or whatever. Don't bother attacking me because I'll just get rid of it, or something like that. Those sorts of things. And people do sometimes listen to that and go, okay, well, I won't attack you for now or whatever if it's going to kill you or whatever, because I want to keep my thing alive or whatever for as long as possible. But yeah, at a certain point, you do need to realize, hey, this thing is pretty much winning the game. So at a certain point, I might want to have to save the other people that are in the game as well, because, you know, like, if I don't have a good position, then I might need to just, all right, I've got to bite the bullet and save, you know, knick-knack paddywhack over here from Steve or whatever it is, because otherwise this game is going to end with this person just winning. So I need to remove this threat now, even though it's not literally threatening me and it could take out one of my opponents. But at this point, like, none of us are winning except for Joe DiMaggio over here. So sometimes you need to make those choices as well, to be like, okay, now that that's dealt with, maybe I can, you know, take the game for myself, which is, again, why I kind of wait to the point at which it's like, this is going to win the game. Okay, cool, get rid of it. Because at that point, maybe I can try to win myself. So that's why I do it that way. But at any rate, I'm debating it, and you guys should certainly debate where you're going to put it into your decks, because this is amazing. It's probably going to be a couple of bucks. So yeah, you probably want to try to pick one up. from your LGS if you can. But those are my thoughts on it. You guys can let me know what your thoughts are on this. Write your thoughts down there in the comments below. Hope you've enjoyed one way or the other, and hope you will join me again in another one.